In a world vibrating with constant distraction and a digital ocean of instant gratification, a singular question remains whispered in the shadows. What if the very essence of your vitality is being drained away before you even realize its worth? Imagine a hidden wellspring of power residing within you, a literal biological goldmine that most modern men treat like loose change. Tossing it away for a few seconds of fleeting pleasure, this is not a mere biological function. It is the ultimate existential dare, a challenge to reclaim the raw, primal energy that fuels the universe and redirect it toward a life of unshakable dominance. Hold on, before we unlock the real power of semen retention, hit that subscribe button and join our Telegram channel, link in description. We drop daily wisdom, success tools, and energy secrets only shared there. Watch from the sidelines. Become part of the movement. The journey begins, not in a textbook, but in the realization that you are a vessel for a sacred, concentrated life force that ancient traditions spent millennia learning to harness. This substance is a cocktail of life, a dense concentration of minerals, vitamins, and zinc that your body painstakingly assembles over days of biological labor. Every time this energy is released, without intention, a part of your drive, your focus, and your masculine edge evaporates into the void of mediocrity. But what happens when you stop? What happens when the floodgates are closed and the pressure begins to build behind the dam? You start to notice a shift in the air, a sharpening of the senses, and a weight to your presence that wasn't there before. This is the art of retention, a practice that transforms the ordinary man into a magnetic force of nature, capable of bending reality to his will through the sheer intensity of his inner fire. The suspense lies in the transformation that occurs within the silence of your own discipline. As days turn into weeks, the brain begins to rewire itself, moving away from the cheap spikes of dopamine that keep the masses compliant and lethargic. You are no longer a slave to an algorithm or a momentary urge. You become the architect of a new internal empire, fueled by the very energy that creates life itself. This is the secret that history's greatest minds utilized to etch their names into the stars. They understood that the fire in the loins, when kept and tempered, becomes the light in the mind and the strength in the soul. It is the silent powerhouse behind every breakthrough, every masterpiece, and every feat of superhuman endurance that has ever graced this earth. To understand the magnitude of this power, one must look past the modern dismissal of just fluids. Ancient masters recognized this essence as a reservoir of universal energy that could be cultivated to unlock spiritual transcendence and physical peak performance. They saw the body as an alchemical lab where raw desire could be distilled into pure ambition, turning a base urge into a golden aura of success. The biological reality is even more staggering when viewed through the lens of modern discovery. When the cycle of constant release is broken, the body undergoes a systemic upgrade. As androgen receptors become more sensitive and testosterone levels find a new, commanding equilibrium. This isn't just about feeling better. It's about a fundamental shift in your frequency that the world begins to sense before you even speak. Many walk through life in a fog, wondering why their motivation is thin and their voice lacks resonance. They fail to realize they are leaking the very fuel required to power their dreams. By choosing the path of the retainer, you are declaring war on your own weaknesses and stepping into a realm where clarity is your weapon and vitality is your shield. The first week is often the hardest, a crucible where the mind screams for its accustomed hit of easy dopamine. But for those who endure, the seventh day brings a physiological pica surge of power that acts as a signal from the body that it is ready to conquer. This is the threshold where the boy ends and the man begins to emerge from the wreckage of his former habits. Mastery is not about the denial of self, but the mastery of the most potent force a human can possess. It is the conscious choice to move energy from the lowest centers of survival to the highest centers of creation. When this energy reaches the heart and the mind, it manifests as charisma, a magnetic pull that draws opportunities and people toward you like iron filings to a magnet. Consider the biological cost of creation. Your system treats this essence as a high-value investment, allocating resources that could have been used for repair and cognitive enhancement. When you retain, you are essentially reinvesting those minerals and vitamins back into your own nervous system, leading to a complexion that glows with health and eyes that burn with a predatory focus. In the modern age, the addiction to digital shadows has hollowed out the masculine spirit, leaving a generation of men who are physically present but energetically absent. Breaking this loop is the ultimate rebellion. It is a stand against a culture that wants you weak, tired, and is wholly controlled by your most basic instincts. The transformation extends to the very vibration of your voice. As internal pressure stabilizes, the vocal cords thicken and the resonance deepens, carrying a frequency of authority that demands respect without effort. This is the biological king effect. a byproduct of a system that is fully charged and operating at its maximum intended capacity. This energy is liquid life force, and when it is transmuted, it acts as a catalyst for creative genius. It is the same fire that fuels the artist's brush and the entrepreneur's relentless drive. Without it, ambition is just a hollow wish. With it, ambition becomes an unstoppable command to the universe to provide what is sought. The path is not a rigid cage, but a flexible toolkit for those who want to live with intensity. Whether one chooses absolute stillness or the more advanced paths of controlled intimacy, the goal remains the same: to stop the unnecessary leak of power. It is about becoming a closed system, a self-sustaining sun of energy that radiates outward rather than begging for external validation. As the fog of constant gratification clears, the ability to focus becomes a superpower. Tasks that once felt daunting now seem trivial. The willpower required to maintain a difficult routine or build a complex business appears out of thin air, because the brain is no longer distracted by the siren call of a cheap release. The social dynamics change as well. Women and men alike react differently to a man whose energy is contained. There is a perceptible weight to his presence, an aura of mystery and self-control that triggers deep, evolutionary respect. He is no longer seen as a seeker of energy, but as a provider and a source of it. This discipline is a microcosm of life mastery. If a man can control the most powerful urge known to biology, he can control his temper, his finances, and his destiny. The ritual of retention is the training ground for the ultimate version of yourself, a version that is resilient, disciplined, and dangerously focused. When the urge strikes, it is not a signal to fail, but a signal of rising power. It is an invitation to take that heat and push it into a workout, a project, or a meditation. By redirecting the fire, you prevent it from burning you out, and instead use it to light the path ahead. This is the secret alchemy of the modern age. The world is designed to drain you to keep you in a state of constant, low-level release, so that you never realize the titan sleeping within your DNA. Breaking free from this cycle is the most suspenseful and dramatic journey a man can take, for it leads to the discovery of a strength that is both ancient and terrifyingly modern. In the end, this is not just a habit, it is a philosophy of excellence. It is the realization that you are not a consumer of pleasure, but a creator of value. Every day of retention is a brick in the fortress of your character, and every moment of transmutation is a step toward a legacy that will outlast your physical form. The choice is yours. Will you continue to scatter your seeds of potential on barren ground, or will you gather your strength and become the storm? The door to this power is always open, but only those with the courage to face their own shadows will ever find the key to the kingdom within. If this video gave you real value, tap the thanks button. Your support helps me keep creating deeper content like this. Every thanks is a spark that keeps this mission alive. Your support means more than you know. The biological gold is waiting. The magnetic aura is ready to be claimed. The only thing standing between you and the version of yourself that commands the room is the discipline to keep your fire burning. This is the ultimate reclamation of the masculine soul. Rise, retain, and let the world wonder where your sudden, overwhelming power came from. Let them see the fire in your eyes and hear the thunder in your voice. This is your birthright, your secret weapon, and your path to immortality in a world that has forgotten what it means to be truly alive.